You already feel it, the subtle pull in the air. The shift in light that flickers as if nature itself whispers a secret you just can't catch. The sun sets a little earlier. The wind carries a different chill. And somehow, inside you, something is changing too. But here's the wild paradox. Your calendar says it's one thing, but your body, your spirit, they know a rhythm older than clocks or dates. What this invisible pulse, this secret turning of seasonal energy, is the key to living with more ease, more presence, and yes, more power? SFX, breeze_gentle. 3. Let S journey back a moment. Since ancient times, humans have danced to the subtle energies of the seasons. From the fiery burst of summer due to the quiet rest of winter's embrace. Civilizations have aligned rituals, work, and rest cycles with these natural rhythms. Courtney, a guide who translates this ancient wisdom for our modern souls, reminds us that the cycle of the seasons isn't just about weather, but about a deep energetic flow that influences mindset, emotions, and productivity. It's practical spirituality in motion, a living, breathing guide right outside your door. Now, the mainstream story goes something like this. Spring is for planting, summer for growing, fall for harvesting, and winter for resting. Straightforward. Yet, ask anyone if their energy feels synced with these cues, and many will shrug or say no. There's a glitch, a subtle dissonance. Our fast-paced lives, buzzing gadgets, and artificial light have carved a distance between our inner clocks and the outer world. We're awake when we should rest, restless when we should recalibrate. Here's the tension. We chase productivity with the intensity of summer's sun, but burn out before the fall is complete. We fight through winter's call for slowing down, but find ourselves anxious and scattered instead. Why? Because the official story misses a deeper layer. The cycle isn't just seasonal. It's energetic, psychological, and deeply spiritual. SFX, heartbeat_soft. 2. Courtney's teaching shines a light on this hidden rhythm. What if the seasons are not just about the Earth's tilt, but about unlocking a blueprint of self-mastery encoded in nature itself? This is where practical spirituality becomes a tool, not a theory. It's less about invoking magic or mysticism and more about activating an internal technology focus, intention, discipline, and deep listening. Spring, for example, embodies the energy of birth and creativity. It's the time to plan ideas, to envision projects, to set your internal compass with clarity. But this needs conscious effort, a disciplined mind, not just wild enthusiasm. Summer burns with passion and action and demands presence and paying attention to the quality of your energy. Without balance, it can consume you. Fall asks you to harvest, to reflect, to gather wisdom, to let go of what no longer serves. And winter? It calls for profound rest, surrender, and integration. Each season carries a lesson in consciousness. By tuning in, you train your mind to meet nature's pulse instead of fighting against it. Courtney invites us to become apprentices of time and energy, learning that spirituality is not escape, but engagement with reality and art of living fully grounded. This teaching is deceptively simple, but profoundly transformative. Imagine living your days not as a series of random events, but as harmony with a grander rhythm. When the season of rest comes, you stop running. When the season of sowing arrives, you plant with fierce intention. You become a steward of your own energetic ecosystem. SFX, win_chimes. 3. And here's the kicker, this isn't about perfection. There's no checklist or rigid rule to follow. It's about cultivating awareness and adjusting like a skilled sailor reads the changing tides. Spirituality, when practical, is about reclaiming your power by honoring the cyclical nature of life inside and out. It's a fierce act of self-love, a rebellion against the burnout culture. Now, ask yourself, what season does your energy feel out of sync? Do you resist rest in winter? Do you flounder in spring's new beginnings? That resistance is your invitation. It's the universe's way of calling you back to your own nature. Every moment is a crossroads, and every energy shift offers a chance to recalibrate. Joining Courtney's tribe means stepping beyond watching the clock or chasing endless goals. It's a commitment to dance with the seasons, to listen deeply to your body's whispers and the world's signals. It means giving yourself permission to flow, to pause, to create, and to rest with purposeful intention. SFX, rustling_leaves. 2. Practical spirituality grounded in seasonal energy is your secret weapon. For resilience and clarity today, it asks you not just to learn, but to embody, to become a living expression of nature's wisdom. Because when you do, you don't just survive the cycles, you thrive through them. So, the question isn't what the seasons mean on a calendar. It's how you will meet your own internal seasons. Will you push against the flow, or will you turn toward it, opening to the unseen currents that shape your life? The choice is yours, but remember, those currents don't wait. They move with purpose, with power, and they invite you to rise up in harmony. What if the greatest spiritual teacher you'll ever have isn't in a distant temple or a sacred book, but in the shifting sunlight on your window pane or the crispness in the autumn air? That ancient pulse is alive, waiting for you to come home, to become whole by becoming present. SFX, fire_crackle. 3. Are you ready to become a student of time, a guardian of your energy, a soul synchronized with the eternal dance of the seasons? It's a path of discipline, but also deep grace, a tough love that never abandons. Join the tribe of seekers who choose to live awakened, aligned, and alive at every turn of the Earth's great wheel. Here, practical spirituality is no longer a puzzle or an abstract idea. It's the quiet power beneath your every breath, the steady rhythm that will steady your heart in moments of chaos. Welcome to the journey toward yourself, carried on the winds of ancient knowing and modern clarity. The seasons call you. Will you answer? Let us dive deeper. What does it really mean to align with seasonal energy beyond the basics of spring planting and winter rest? Courtney breaks it down into approachable daily practices that anyone can integrate, no matter how packed life feels. This isn't about adding more to your to-do list. It's about using nature's template as a compass, a guide for where to put your focus, and when to pull back with respect and intention. When spring arrives, Courtney encourages a cleansing ritual, not just physical, but mental and emotional. Shed the weight of old patterns, outdated thoughts, and limiting beliefs. This is the energetic soil preparation. Just like farmers turn over the earth before planting seed, you prepare yourself to receive new growth. Starting small works best, maybe journaling a few minutes each morning, setting clear intentions, or even a simple breath practice to ground your thoughts. This builds a foundation of clarity. As the days grow longer and summer approaches, energy peaks. Courtney calls this the time to embody the energy of the sun itself, vitality, expansion, and radiance. But beware of burning too bright or spreading yourself too thin. The trick lies in mindful action. It's about saying yes to what ignites your spirit and no to distractions that drain it. Deep focus and joyful work become your allies. This season may also call for celebration and connection, outdoor gatherings, creative projects, movement. You're encouraged to lean into expansive energy without losing your center. SFX, birds_chirping. For then comes fall, the season of harvest, of reaping what you have sown. Courtney reminds us that this phase is about gratitude and discerning what to keep and what must be released. It's a time for reflection and honest evaluation. What efforts bore fruit? What served your highest good? And what no longer fits your path? The fall season's energy is ripe with wisdom, but also a natural contraction. Slowing down to gather insights honors this cycle. It's an invitation to integrate lessons and plan for the next cycle intentionally. Winter, the hardest season for many, is redefined not just as a time of scarcity or barrenness, but as a sacred space for restoration and deep inner work. Courtney highlights the power of embracing the stillness, of meeting yourself in a place of calm and trust. It's a season for cultivating patience, for surrendering control, and for letting your spirit rest beneath the surface. This can be challenging in a culture that worships constant doing and productivity. But it's precisely why winter's wisdom is profound. Aligning with it prevents burnout and preserves your vitality for the seasons ahead. SFX, snow_falling_softly. 3, but how to know exactly what your season needs? This is where the spiritual practice moves from external signs to inner tuning. Courtney advocates simple but profound tools, daily moments of stillness, mindful reflection, and conscious breathing. These are not about escaping, but about cultivating presence. By returning often to your inner landscape, you learn to discern subtle, energetic shifts, feelings of excitement, fatigue, inspiration, or resistance. These signals guide you in adjusting your pace, focus, and actions. The real mastery is in this dance between attention and surrender. You cultivate discipline without rigidity, openness without chaos. Courtney's approach honors the shadow as much as the light, the parts of ourselves that resist change or cling to comfort, rather than rushing to fix discomfort. Practical spirituality in this frame invites deep acceptance and curiosity. What can this resistance teach? What rhythms or boundaries have I forgotten? SFX, wind_soft. 2, this is where transformation happens, not just surface change, but the rewiring of how you engage with time, energy, and yourself. Instead of being swept away by the stress or anxiety that so often accompanies seasonal change, you become the calm center in the shifting winds. You build resilience by embracing cycles rather than resisting them. Another key insight Courtney shares is about community and collective energy. While tuning into your own seasonal rhythm is powerful, there is a greater synergy when aligned with others who honor similar flows. This tribe energy amplifies growth, grounding, and healing, whether through shared rituals, group meditations, or simply supporting each other as journeys. Collective practice magnifies the benefits of seasonal alignment. No one needs to go it alone. Seasonal energy also reveals something about life's impermanence and renewal, a lesson many avoid or fear. By witnessing how nature cycles through birth, growth, death, and rebirth yearly, we come face to face with the natural order of change inside ourselves. This can soften the grip on control and open the heart to trust, faith, and awe in the unfolding of life. Courtney's teachings delicately bridge the practical with the mystical, showing that real spirituality must nourish the here and now as much as it speaks to the infinite. SFX, river_flowing. 3, if you're feeling overwhelmed, disconnected, or stuck, consider this your invitation to pause and tune in. What season is your spirit calling you to embody? Where are you pushing against the natural flow instead of moving with it? What might open if you leaned into the cycle rather than against it? Remember, practical spirituality and seasonal energy aren't about perfection. They are about presence, awareness, and intention. They invite you to become an active participant in your well-being, a steward of your energy, and an explorer of your soul's natural rhythm. The beauty is that you don't need special tools or complex rituals to start. The world itself is teaching you every day if you listen. Whether it's the scent of fresh blossoms, the warm sun on your skin, the crisp air of a fall morning, or the quiet hush of snow, there is a message tuned for your soul. The work is to slow down enough to receive it. By weaving these teachings into your daily life with Courtney's guidance, you'll find a deeper alignment that ripples across mind, body, and spirit. You'll notice an ease in decision-making, a steadiness in overwhelm, and a new appreciation for the sacredness threaded through the ordinary. So what is your next step? Begin simply. Observe the season and your energy today. Take a few mindful breaths. Sit with the feeling and ask what arises. Then, be willing to act in harmony, even if it means saying no, slowing down, or tending to your needs differently. This journey is a reclamation of your birthright to live aligned with the natural order, to wield your energy with wisdom, and to show up fully in your life. Courtney's practical spirituality is a beacon calling you back to this sovereignty, inviting you to drop distractions and reroute into truths that never fade the pulse of the earth and the rhythm within. SFX, campfire_crackling. 3. You are not just surviving time. You are becoming its master, a co-creator in this endless dance. The seasons teach us patience, courage, and grace. They remind us that every ending is a beginning, and every dark moment holds the seed of light. Become a seeker of these rhythms. Embrace the pulse. Align with your nature. The path is waiting. When you answer this call, you will find a tribe of community thriving in conscious flow, shared wisdom, and authentic presence. This is your invitation to join, not just to learn, but to live the dance of practical spirituality and seasonal energy fully and richly. Will you rise with the spring, burn bright through summer, harvest in fall, and rest deeply in winter? The choice shapes your journey, your well-being, and ultimately, your freedom. The seasons are turning. So are you.